Hello everyone, my name is Abby Chopless, and today we're going to be discussing how to help others by listening. This is a 7-step process that you're going to follow, and by following this, you're going to provide the best support you can to your peer that you're helping solve a problem. So your first step is up here labeled number 1, and your first step is paraphrasing. So when you paraphrase, there's 2 key things that you want to make sure you do. You want to make sure when you're restating the problem that you get the point across and that the person that has the problem got their point across, but you also want to make sure you don't add anything extra because then that can overwhelm the person early on. Step 2 is questioning. So this is where you can ask more questions to get information. So if the topic is, I don't like school, you can then go in with your questions and say, well, why don't you like school? Is there a certain class that you don't like? Is there a certain person you don't like? And kind of get more information that way. Step number 3 is prompts, and this is just basically backup to the questions where you can get even more details. And it's, well, why don't you like that person? Why don't you like that class? Why do you think you're struggling? And get that. Step number 4 is support. When you do support, you want to keep it specific to the conversation and not to draw away from the conversation. So you don't want to say, maybe bring a dog to class. Instead, you should say, maybe you should talk to your professor, or maybe you should try this studying habit. Keep it within the conversation. Steps 5 and 6 are optional, which is why they're together, but step 5 is analyze and step 6 is judge. When you analyze, you're basically taking the conversation and you're digging a little bit deeper and finding every possible scenario within it. Step 6, which is judging, is where you're taking your own personal twist on it and reciprocating that information. Step 7, which is the final step, is to advise, and this is when you're basically giving the best possible advice to the peer on how to handle the results that you have both came up with, and remember to keep it based off the original question. And like we said earlier, by completing these steps, you can provide the best support to your peer without giving too much or too little and turning the conversation back on you.